Shalom, everyone. Welcome to the Effortless Mom Podcast, Cleaner Eating, Healthier Living for the Melanated Mama. We provide actionable steps to help you make healthy living look effortless. Now, today we are honored by an amazing guest. She is also a certified holistic nutritionist and founder of IssaHolistic Jurnee. Jacquet is with us today. Shalom, sis.
Shalom. Hey. Hello, everyone.
So excited that you're here. And I just want to jump right into it because your story is so powerful. So, would you mind sharing more about your journey towards healing and what inspired you to become a certified holistic nutritionist?
Okay, so really what inspired me was my own journey. It's crazy because it literally just started out as little things, that the Holy Spirit, or however everyone says it, like the Spirit of Truth,
Mm-hmm.
would just lead on me. So first for me, it started with the hair. It was
Mm-hmm.
stop with the relaxing the hair, because I noticed that also attributed to me and having a lot of different health complications. So I stopped doing
Wow.
that. I think that was in 2015. I did the whole big chop thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then fast forward to, I think it was 2016. I remember going to the gynecologist, having a talk, because for years, like many Black women, the whole fibroids and cysts and different things like that. I remember asking my mom, just making sure, I was like, okay, so is this something that, we all have to deal with? Because I'm having this ridiculous menstrual cycle, and I've been having it like this since I was 11. So I remember going to the gynecologist, talking with them, and asking the basic questions, them asking me the basic questions, and
Mm-hmm.
leaving extremely dissatisfied and not very happy with the end result, because it was, the typical, we can put you on birth control pills, or we can give you,
Mm-hmm.
an ibuprofen prescription. And I'm sitting there, like, I just explained to them that I do not like to take any type of pain reliever, because I
Mm-hmm.
know about all the different, the side effects that they like to call it. I know
Yeah.
the impact it has on the body. So I don't even like to take it for a headache. I will literally say a prayer, drink some green tea, and take a nap. And that's how my headache goes away. So there's no way I'm going to be taking something like this, that's
Mm-hmm.
going to further cause even more complications with my, my uterus, my womb, and everything like that. So after that trip, and then pretty much just telling me that there was nothing besides, typical Western medicine that they could do, I went home and I just started looking into uh, really all natural resources to see exactly what I could do to change this. And the number one thing that kept coming up was, veganism and plant-based eating.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I was completely against it. I was like, there's no way, I am not.
Most people are like that.
I was like, I am not giving up. I love having my salmon every now and then, or salmon was
Mm-hmm.
something I was eating all the time, and having my beef every now and then, and some chicken. I love having that stuff. There's no way I'm giving that up. But then the
Mm-hmm.
more research I was doing, I just kept seeing the different links between the two and the effects that it has on the body. And then, of course,
Yeah.
already being lactose intolerant. And once I
Mm-hmm.
saw the effects of dairy, I knew, of course, we all know about the Black community and how,
Yes.
so what is it? I think 75% of us are
Mm-hmm.
lactose intolerant. And then,
We're not
of
supposed to
course,
eat it.
right, it is not designed for our bodies at all. And so,
Mm-mm.
just attributing to all of that, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot for about a year, and we'll see how it goes. So it definitely wasn't an overnight process for me. Like I said, it literally started gradually. It was just stuff that, the Rock was just leading me to do. And so I just went
Mm-hmm.
from there, and, started eating plant based. And I noticed changes. I want to say maybe I'm going to give it about 6 months. I noticed so
Mm-hmm.
many changes in my body, and I wasn't getting these crazy migraines anymore. I did not have this extremely, heavy flow. And I remember I had a cyst and my left breast, to where if
Mm.
anybody hugged me too tight, it would actually leak. And
Oh
it was
man.
so painful. So after sticking to this diet and, changing my lifestyle, that went away. All my menstrual
Hallelujah.
issues went away. Exactly, right? All praises to the Most High. All of that,
Right?
it completely reversed. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is doable. So to me, that was it. There was really nothing more for me. I was like, I don't want to go back to how I felt before, because
Right.
that's an awful feeling. And I just didn't want to go through it anymore. So now I'm like, okay, I know exactly how to go about this lifestyle. Now it was more of me maintaining it, and moving from there. So that was really what started me on this journey. And then once I got I decided to move forward into becoming a certified holistic nutritionist, because I wanted to study more. I knew, of course, from
Mm-hmm.
my body and my own experience, which I think is extremely important, because
Mm-hmm.
the Most High says you're to be a steward over your body. While we're here, we're
Yes.
supposed to be taking care of ourselves. It's not your doctor's responsibility to take care of you.
Yes.
It's our place. So to me, I was like, I want to study some more. I want to look a lot more into this, so I will be able to help someone besides myself and
Yeah.
move forward from there. So that was how
Hallelujah.
it started.
That's that's just amazing. Like there's so many points, beautiful points in there that I feel like
Hmm.
people should hear again. Like for one, the relaxers, like the chemicals that are in that it
Yeah.
doesn't just go in your hair, it goes in your body, it goes in your bloodstream, and it's highly toxic.
Hmm.
So having that, understanding that, okay, this is not only ruining my hair, but it's ruining my health. That's like a key thing that a lot of us are still struggling with,
Right.
for me, for example, my full on, okay, I'm going to go back to natural. That started back in about 2010, right before my husband and I got married. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. And it was me experimenting because my mother never really let me get a relaxer. So I'm like, I'm going to just go do this out and see what happens. And oh, I hated it. I hated my hair.
Yeah.
And so going back to the chop with that, but as the Ruach continues to lead us, we start to see, as you said, like the Black community, but lactose intolerant. A lot of us forget that we are all from different nations. So our diets are literally different to the territory that we
Yes.
originally were from.
Yes.
So, of
Absolutely.
course that they say, oh, cow's milk is fine, except for this. I'm like, but what statistic are you going off of? Are you going off of a white
Right.
person? Are you going off of us? It's
Yeah.
so different. But yeah, you just brought out so many beautiful points, especially about the bodies. They're not our own. You think about 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20, which is what I pretty much base my business around, is that
Hmm.
our bodies are a house for the Ruach HaKodesh. And, it doesn't
Right.
belong to us. So we remember that. Then how can you treat a
Hmm.
temple as for Yahuwah like trash, eating trash?
Right. Yeah.
You wouldn't go to your dad's house and be like, I'm going to throw all this McDonald's wrappers in here. Like, that's just,
Hmm.
it's not going to
Yeah.
work.
That's great. Yeah, it's so true, because I really think that that's the way we should view it. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, instead of us having our spiritual eyes when it comes to our health, we're so stuck
Mm-hmm.
on the flesh. We're like, oh, it tastes
Yeah.
really good, and this has been
Mm-hmm.
tradition, and we've eaten our ancestors have eaten like this for years, and it's like, okay, but do you see the problems and different complications that they've had throughout the years, and how it progressively gets worse. So,
Yes. And where did
yeah.
that stem from? Like we're talking about eating this for 24 years. So we're talking about eating slavery scraps and we're like, okay, this is great.
Hmm.
Like I don't care how mainstream they make it now, it's still slavery scraps that is toxic to your body.
Yep.
Um, so, and I know it's a hard truth, like no disrespect to our ancestors, but we are at a point now where we can actually make a decision and go back to the ancient path of how we're supposed to be eating.
Right.
And though we're not advocating for veganism, one thing is that if you are healing from an ailment, cutting out those meat proteins and how the plaque builds up in your body, by cutting those things out, you accelerate your healing. So one
Hmm.
thing that what I would recommend for the listeners out there is just listen to the Ruach and what you're guiding. This is not a preaching for veganism. This is walking in the walk that we're led to. Some of us are led to being vegan, some are not yet, and that's perfectly
Mm-hmm.
fine. So don't shut out if you're still an avid meat eater.
Right. Oh no, please don't do that because
So
yeah, don't do that. Don't shut out.
right, because
Don't
some
do that.
people when they say no meat, they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, 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 relax, relax, relax.
That's true.
So, what would you say is a turning point for you that made you feel like, okay, I have to help people beyond myself?
The turning point for me was just, of course, it's still, it's going to have me in the equation, but just
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I saw the evidence within myself and, okay, I know I have people around me who, if we, we work together, I work with them, they work with me, and
Mm-hmm.
we're consistent at this. I can, we can be of a help to each other, really. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
I just saw it as, okay, if I can do this and I can stick to it, I know you can do this because I know
Yes.
that, you're on this type of medication or you have,
Mm-hmm.
these types of problems, whether it's like stiffness in the body and whatever it may be, or just issues with trying to manage a healthy weight or, whatever it is. That to
Yeah.
me, I was just like, okay, this is it. Like, I can help other people who want this, who are willing to be helped, really, and
Yeah.
just want to move forward in it. Because I feel like with a lot of people, because, the Western medicine has been pushed like insane towards us forever,
Yes.
we're just stuck on this cycle of, well, that's all I have. So I'm gonna,
Mm-hmm.
keep feeling this pain and I'm gonna feel like this. Well, let me just, go get my medication, and it's like, no, we don't have to do that. There are other opportunities and other alternatives that we can take. So that was really the
Yes.
turning point for me after, going through my certification and reading the different clinicals, trials and
Mm-hmm.
reports and different journals that they keep. And to be honest, a lot of this stuff I knew prior to becoming certified. It was just more
Mm-hmm.
of me actually seeing a little bit more evidence of it and getting to read
Yeah.
it for myself. So learning about different people within, the healing realm and seeing it, it's like, guys, you do know all of this is available to us. So we should be
Yes.
taking advantage of it while we can, because a lot of the information about healing that is out there from a natural standpoint, it's
Mm-hmm.
free. It really is free. A lot of it
You're
is,
right.
you don't have to pay for it or anything. I mean, it really is there. So it's just more of us grasping it. And I wanted to move forward with that, to be able to lend my services to people and let them know, hey, okay, I know you may not know where to start because that's a huge rabbit hole to go down. It really
Mm-hmm.
is. But,
It is. Oh my gosh.
if
It's
if
huge.
you, it is. But if you have someone who can help guide you, then I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't move forward with it, you know?
And that's is so right. Like, 'cause I went through the same path as well, as far as the learning the journals as getting certified and all that. When you read all those journals and you start following top scientists, top doctors who are showing you, like, okay, this is
Mm,
what these pharmaceuticals do, and this is what home remedies also does. And you
right.
see that there are little to no side effects with natural remedies versus
Mhm.
people dying, large number of people dying every single day, every single year by using it properly. Why wouldn't you go back to natural remedies? And really, the answer to that is we're programmed to just go to the doctor, quick fix, without questioning side effects, even though the commercial tells you 30 side effects, including death, before they finish that
Right.
30-second spot. Like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
man. So, speaking on that, mainstream media tends to demonize home remedies. What are your thoughts on that? And what tip would you give someone who's wants to do home remedies but they're afraid of it?
Well, my thoughts on that, when it comes to the media and that, the way that they like to demonize it, it's very unfortunate and it's extremely
Mm-hmm.
frustrating. Not because I'm certified, but just because I was able to reverse the ailments that I had in my body naturally. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, it's extremely frustrating to see this and then you try and pass the word, excuse me, to a family member or even a friend, but they're so focused on what they're seeing in their faces because
Yes.
allopathic medicine or the practice is only a little over 200 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
then as opposed to
Thousands of years.
right, as opposed to what do they call it, apothecary, which is,
Yes.
it's backed by over thousands of years, like you mentioned. So it's unfortunate that people just they they're so stuck on what's right there in their face. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I would definitely recommend for people is take your time, into it. Give it just like you're open to your doctor or whoever it is
Mm-hmm.
that you see, your primary care physician. You should definitely be open to home remedies as well, because whether we
Yes.
realize it or not, there's plenty of things that we do on a daily basis that's considered a home remedy. When you're
Yes.
thirsty, which is most of us, we're going to, grab some water or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. You're not grabbing a pill because you're thirsty, So,
Right?
I mean, it's really that simple. So, when it comes to home remedies, there's nothing to be afraid of because there's plenty of evidence right there. It's just more of you taking advantage of the resources that's available to you. If you have heard of someone who practices herbal medicine, I don't recommend you just jump into anyone, but definitely check it
Yes.
out and research it, according to what it is that you may be struggling, and then move forward from there. It's
I
best
agree
to
with that because with herbal remedies, well, for one, let's just touch on what you just said there about don't just jump on anybody, because there are still witches and people out there that
hmm
do some things that you don't even have any business doing, right?
right.
But, like the water scenario, we go for water. We're not looking for a pill to quench our thirst. Yeah, we look for a pill to quench a headache when really the symptoms could have just been dehydration. You could have fixed that with some magnesium and water. You can eat a watermelon and you would have been fine, right?
hmm
And so it's just understanding those kind of things. I think that you hit some really key points there. And then getting back to that natural remedy, getting back to, okay, what are my baby steps here? And one thing that I like to tell people is do your research on the basic everyday things. What does an
hmm
apple do for your body? What kind of nutrients is in it? And then when you realize that the phytonutrients in the apple is vast versus just the minerals that they inject in bread, which is not there because they bleach it to death, the people start to really
Yeah.
considering, okay, what can I do for my body to feel better, to be better? So I think you hit some amazing points, and I'm very thankful that you said that because now they know it's a second witness to what I've been preaching for a very long time.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't tell you. I talk
definitely.
to my family. I'm like, come on now, listen up. They're like, but this is so good. I'm like, but there's so many chemicals in it. Um,
Right.
all right. So, just getting in a little bit of these statistics, right? So,
hmm
pharmaceutical drugs are the third leading cause of death used correctly and are known to kill hundreds of thousands of people every year. What are your thoughts on this statistic, and how would you guide listeners to wean off of those drugs?
Well, my thoughts on those statistics, honestly, I mean, like I'd mentioned previously in our conversation, the
Mm-hmm.
evidence is right there.
Yeah.
That statistic has been there for a long time. That's not,
Mm-hmm.
that's nothing new. So the first thing that I would definitely recommend someone who is looking to wean themselves off of their medication, the number one thing I'm going to recommend you not do is throw out that medication because your
Yes.
body is so acclimated to you taking it for
Mm-hmm.
so long. So whether
Right.
someone is going to want to hear this or not, I mean, you're you're taking a drug and your body is very much used to it. So
Yes.
you
And it
decide to
doesn't
throw that
produce what you
out.
need anymore.
Right, exactly. And so what's happening right now is that
Mm-hmm.
your symptoms are being suppressed. It's not being
Yes.
treated, it is not being
Mm-hmm.
cured, it is simply being
I
suppressed.
need like a clap
So
button. Please preach that again.
so So what has to happen when you're looking to wean yourself off of medications is you have to do what they call crowding out. You have to do the crowding out process.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that there are foods out there, like you mentioned about the bread, how they bleach it to death. They put all these different chemicals in there.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from the white bread.
Yes.
It stay away from all white foods, to be honest. I mean, because it's
Yes.
really just breaking
Food's
down
not
into your
naturally
body.
white.
And no, it's
It's
breaking down
not.
into sugar, really. That's what it is.
Yes.
And that's causing all these different issues with hypertension, and
Mm-hmm.
diabetes, high blood pressure, all
Yes.
these different things. So the way to move forward and get yourself off of medication is you have to eliminate those things that you are eating. You know that
Yes.
there are certain things that you eat. If you're eating fast food, I understand. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
may be on the go, and hey, I haven't eaten all day. I need to grab something real quick. I really do understand that because I used to do that
Mm-hmm.
myself. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I used to feel
I
like the
feel like all
safest
of us
thing for
have at
me to,
some point.
right? Yeah, I feel like I used to feel like the safest thing for me to grab was like French fries because I didn't want to eat
Yes.
nothing else. I would be so after I did all that research, I would be so scared to even touch anything else. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just get a French fry and call it a day. Like
And then
I'll
you
be
realize it's
fine.
injected with 30 ingredients too. It's like, oh, come
Right,
on.
exactly. It's like, come on, for real. Like I just can't have some chopped potatoes, put in some oil. No,
Right.
like why can't we just have that? But that's the thing when it comes to if you really want to get off of that medication, you have to eliminate the
Yes.
overly processed and refined foods because that is
Yes.
the sole reason why you are on the medication in the first place. And when you are
Yes.
eliminating those foods, you need to add in the fresh fruits, the fresh
Yes.
vegetables. You need your nuts, your seeds, your healthier grains. That's what you
Mm-hmm.
need. Those
Yes.
the different fatty acids that you can find in chia seeds and avocados, different things like that. That's what you need to put back into your body because that's what you're
Right.
missing. So that's the only
Yes.
way you're going to get off of it.
Agreed. And the other thing is that committing to it. One thing I found is that people will know that knowledge, but they'll
Hmm.
say, "Oh, well, I'll just cheat right here and then I'll get back on it," without realizing that no, you have to stay on this until you're healed. You can't just
Right.
jump off the train real quick and then try and jump back on in the same car. It doesn't work that way. So that's yeah. I can
Yeah.
talk about this for days. I get so giddy about these kind of stuff.
Oh
I
yeah.
really do. Like I love
Absolutely.
health.
Yes.
I love this because I truly believe that people that are in the health field, I feel like y'all called us to this to help others, and that you can tell when they're there for the money, when they're there to truly educate, to help our people just heal. And so I get excited when I meet people like you who really have a heart and passion, like, hey, this is how you heal. Take this beautiful knowledge I found and just take it. It's so awesome. So, one more question that I have for you, and then we want to learn all about what you're doing, is what are some of your favorite tips that you offer potential clients and listeners who are seeking for herbal medicinal knowledge? So, just three quick tips that you like to give them.
Three quick tips that I can give is number one, stop dieting because I
Yes.
feel like
Gosh.
everybody is so stuck on, okay,
Some kind
try
of
this
diet.
diet, try this diet. It's
Yes.
no, 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 no. You have to stop with the diet and try a holistic approach. That's why I
Yes.
decided on holistic nutritionist because it is, of course, absolutely what you eat. Nutrition is important, but it's
Mhm.
also, it's gonna go. It's always like I always tell anybody, it will go back to what the father initially said. Okay, it
Yes.
goes back to your mouth gate, your ear gate,
Hmm.
your eye gate. That is what a holistic approach is. That is the approach that I take. So you have to have that holistic approach and stop the dieting. Next is to do your own research. Your doctor does
Yes.
not have the final say. They
Hmm.
don't. You have to do the research for yourself. They can give you all the different things there. Yes, ask them for printouts of these different medications that they're giving you so you can
Right.
research it for yourself and you can see what's
Hmm.
going on. And the last tip I would say is to take baby steps. This is not an
Yes.
overnight process. You will
Mhm.
quickly become overwhelmed, and you don't want to do that. You definitely want to, of course, take the leap of faith and do it, but you
Mhm.
definitely have to take baby steps into it, because this is the way we've been eating and the lifestyles we've been living. We've been doing this for years. You
Mhm.
cannot expect to, you had an apple and a salad today and that's it. Like, no, you have to take baby steps into this. You have to make sure you are taking your time. The body, it's its own machine, the way it was created. It knows what it's doing. So guess
Mhm.
what? You got to treat it as such. It has to take time to get through these things. So take those baby steps. Don't feel like, you got to rush into it.
Yes, those are beautiful steps. And the biggest thing is the baby steps. I mean, all of them are big tips, but the baby steps one is huge because I noticed that a lot of people, they'll try to absorb so much information, then they have information overload and they try
Hmm.
too much and then they fail because they're doing too much or too many things at once and they're not seeing the
Right.
results that they want because they're trying just too hard. Versus, as you already touched on, you've been doing this for years. You got to reverse years of stuff. How are you going to do that in a day?
Right.
Taking your time and just applying all those wonderful tips that you provided. That is the key in the way to really start a successful, healthy journey. And then just to add one more thing is that the mindset. If your mindset isn't, I'm going to do this for, and then you insert the reason that'll really hit that pain point on why you're so tired of feeling the way you feel.
Mm.
If you don't have that mindset, you're going to jump right back in it.
Right.
Some people, they need to connect it with, yeah, some people, they need to connect it with how they physically look or the medications that they're constantly taking. But whatever that is, I want to encourage every listener right now to just take a step back and think about what mindset that you're at. What do you need to motivate you? And then apply those 3 steps that Jacquet gave. And then that will really help you along your journey. Um, but with that being said, that is time for now. But I would love to invite you back for another one. I could talk about this stuff forever.
Yes.
Um, so, what I want to give you the opportunity to do is just tell the audience where they can find you, what products or services that you want to share. Now, you were talking about like tea and tea related products. So, I'd love to give you that opportunity to do so here.
Okay, well, first, you can all find me at my website at IssaHolistic Jurnee. So it's a play on words. So it's a holistic journey. That's how the name came about. So that'll
Love it.
be that'll be spelled IssaHolisticJurnee.com. So you can go ahead and go onto the website. We have plenty of things there. And I do offer nutritional consulting. So if you're
Mhm.
somebody, like we talked to throughout the episode, you're going through different ailments, and healing is something that you're looking to acquire, that's something that I help guide you on. So I do have a shopping list that is available for you to download, and you'll have it on your phone, computer, however you want to go ahead and access it. And we also have our own organic shop. So I have herbal teas that is available there. I also have a few copper pieces. So I have those copper bangles, which is great for anyone who has arthritis, copper tunnel, and of course they're beautiful to wear. We like
Mhm.
our adornments. And I have some tongue scrapers, copper tongue scrapers available as well. And, I know we're coming into this different season of what they like to call flu season, different things like that.
Yes.
So I did make collections available for people to have it all in one. So, we have vitality collection that's available, where you get 2 of my herbal teas that contain, one has soursop leaves in it, which is so powerful. It's amazing. And
Mhm.
it tastes so good too. And another one, it has elderberry in it as well. So those are be our vitality and our plum good tea. And it comes with sea moss gel already pre-made for you. and we have it all together in a bundle. So you'll be able to
Oh
get
yeah.
it, because I know a lot of people, oh, I just got it one time and, I just had it once. I need something that's a
Mm.
complete collection for most people starting out. So, like I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, we do have that available with our herbal teas. And also for your listeners, I do have a gift for you all. You can
Yay.
take 15% off of our herbal tea products that we do have available at our website. So go ahead, click in there, click shop, see what's available and what you like. I do have a formulated tea that is especially for our ladies because I know that this is, for our mamas, and whether you're, single mom, married, or even you're not even, there yet like me, but still I do have something that's available for our womb health, and that's called our moon
Hallelujah.
tea. So I wanted to make sure, our ladies had something definitely with different herbs that we can go ahead and ingest, and it tastes amazing. Hot or cold, any of the teas. I do also have a serenity tea that's great for anybody who has issues with anxiety as well. So we
Mm-hmm.
have quite a few different things there. So don't be shy. Feel free to go to that website and make use of that discount code because it is definitely available for you all.
Hallelujah. And just so you know, a discount code is Nava15. So NAVA15. If you go on her website and use that for tea related products, sorry, just the tea related products, but you will love it. And if you want to continue going to her site, please do so. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You have been such a pleasure, and we really hope to see you back so we can talk more about natural remedies and herbs, because this is like one place where I love discussing. It's such a powerful place that we don't even scratch the surface in these conversations, but it's worth to
Right.
hear over and over again. So thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate, you reaching out, and especially with your type of podcast that you have, especially within our community. That's something that,
Mhm.
yes, people, we need to be tuning
Yes.
into this type of information, especially with everything going on nowadays. We need to make sure that we're taking advantage of these different resources. So I'm very glad, and I tune in. Okay, I
Hallelujah.
definitely
Thank
tune in.
you.
Okay, so I'm very, all praises to the Most High, and I'm very blessed, to have had the opportunity to be on here and chat. So I can't wait to do it again. I'm definitely looking forward to
Yes.
it.
Hallelujah. So excited. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I pray that everyone has an amazing rest of their day. Don't forget to visit our website, it's lovingmytemple.com, just for many ways to connect, for also for just health coaching services, and just really looking forward to helping you in your journey from step one. We love you, and I'm going to bid you shalom.